Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elijah. Welcome back to the channel. Where I don't know. Actually, I do know where I'm gonna show you how to arrange your beats. Yeah, I think this week I'll probably do more like tutorial stuff. I know a lot of the people that watch me are normally beginners, maybe been making them for a while. So I kind of want to go over like how I arrange my beats. I sometimes listen to the beats in my Discord, which link should be in the description, and also I think if you go like the profile of my channel, you can click the link there. It should take you to the Discord. If it's broken, please let me know and I will put it in there. But yeah, I listen to the beats sometimes in my Discord, and dude, there's so many arrangement issues, and it's not even like all like the entire structure. It's the intros. A lot of the intros, sometimes just overall length. So I kind of wanted to show you guys like how I do them, and you guys see how I play them at the end of my videos, and how long they are, however I arrange them. But I want to go over it today, so without further ado, let's go. This is a beat I made a couple days ago. This was actually supposed to be the beat that was for the 13 degrees video, but my buffer size was on like 44,000. The entire video was crackling. I just scrapped the entire thing. But I'm doing this beat because this is an example of what I like to call getting to the point of the beat, getting to the point. Because a lot of times when I listen to people's beats, their intros are like 30 seconds long. I think I listened to a beat once for video, and it was like a minute and a half for like a beat drop, which like sometimes an artist will do that like by choice, but 99% of the time when artists are in the studios, they're going off the first 4 seconds, like the first 2 to 4 seconds. They don't want to have to wait 20 seconds to finally hear a beat drop or hear the main melody or hear this or hear that. They're going off the first 4 seconds of how that beat is making them feel off rip. So what I'm trying to stress is get to the freaking point. Get to the point. So I'm gonna play this and show you what I mean. So here you go.
Who the heck is Eli?
So see, the 808 comes in after 3 bars.
Who the heck is Eli?
Technically 2. It comes in on the 3rd bar, and this is still an intro, but this is just to. It's like, you know how when you write essays in school, they're always teaching you to write a hook. This is the hook before the hook. It's the intro, but it's supposed to get you hooked. I'm like, oh, like I like where this is going. Let's keep. I want to keep listening. So I have 2 808s in this beat. The first 808 that's playing is the 808 that's used for the first 8 bars of the verse. The second one is for the hook, and it plays in second part of the verse. That's for like more energy, stuff like that. But I have this come in so soon, so it hooks you. It hooks you. It gets you. I mean, we're in an era where people's attention spans are cooked. So you can imagine the rappers of today. You can only imagine how many beats they go through. You want them to get hooked hearing your beat instantly. You don't want them to have to wait for the beat drop or however long. You don't even, sometimes I don't even do many 8-bar intros these days. Only if it's like super necessary, but even then I still will keep some of the drums playing in the intro just cause. But yeah, so the best way I found it is, man, just have that come in, the 808 come in as soon as you can. Sometimes I'll just have it already just.
Who the heck is Eli?
Sometimes I'll start it off, boom, have the 808 already coming in. But what I like to do is, instead of like having the 808 come in and then it just rides right into the hook, I'll cut out some of the drums at the 8th bar, so like this. So here I cut out the hi-hat on the very last bar, and just had the clap hit and the 808 hit. Instruments are still playing, but then it goes in, and this 808 that has more energy, that's what starts playing. So I've already got you hooked, and now the energy of the beat is picking up because there's a new 808. It has a lot more hit to it. So aside from the intro and however you do that, the easiest way past that, if you were going to do an 8-bar intro, then there would be no drums, just 8 bars of just the instruments, whichever ones you want to play, and then a 16-bar hook, 16-bar verse, 8-bar bridge like I have here. So you see this is 8 bars, and boom, another 8 for the hook, 8, another 8 for the verse, and then boom, right here's the bridge, and then you just hit copy and paste a couple times, and your beat is done. There you are. But the main point of this video, really, your intro needs to be as short as it possibly can. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but when these artists are in the studio, dude, they're not trying to hear these overly long intros. They want to hear something that's gonna catch them. It's a hook. It's like writing an essay. You want to get the listener, in this case, the listener, hooked. You don't want them to have to wait. So this is the easiest way to arrange your beats, the best way to arrange your beats. If I'm being honest, I mean, shit. Even if you show this like a friend, you don't want them to have to sit there for 30 seconds wondering when the bass drop is gonna come in. You want them to instantly, ooh, okay, and get their head bobbing, right? So think of it as a way to get a listener hooked when you're making an intro or when you're arranging your beats. And also, I guess I'll touch on this too. When it comes to verses, here I have, what does it sound? I think this is a Rhodes or something. This is the piano. Those are strings. So I have a Rhodes and a piano playing this beat. And here I have this lead melody. But during this part, it's more chill. The verse is supposed to be more chill. The verse is supposed to be open and let the artist rap, and you can really hear everything that they're saying, and it's not just the hook, that everybody knows. You want them to be able to really make a nice verse. The second part of my verses the way I usually do it is the first 8 bars is chill, and for the second part of the verse, I'll bring everything back in, so it kind of makes it more intense, more energetic. So really just bring in the main instruments that also play during the hook, but since it's the verse, it'll just pick up more. The energy just picks up more. And then for a bridge, I'll probably take out whatever the lead melody is. I'll take that out. These are two kind of like counter melodies, so they're there. But for this bridge, on the piano, there is like sort of a lead top melody. And so for the bridge, I actually made that unique, and then I took it out, so it's just the chords. And then it comes back in on the hook. And I do that so things don't get repetitive. A lot of times when even if I'm sampling and I have, my sample playing for the intro, the hook, even when it gets to the verse or even the bridge, I'll make a unique copy and I'll pitch it up, pitch it down, a semitone, I'll half time it, reverse it, just to give listeners something new to listen to, 1, and 2, so it's just not repetitive. You don't want to beat down the listener with like the same thing. That's why almost all of my beats have 2 808s in it, because I don't want you to have to just listen to the same 808 just knocking every single time. Yeah, in some cases it's cool to just use the same 808, and sometimes it doesn't matter, but a lot of times I use different 808s. I'll pitch a melody down, like in the intro I might come here and pitch this up an octave, or pitch it down an octave. I might just leave it how it is. But you want to find ways to give the listener something new to listen to, or to be able to look forward to hearing that melody in another 8 bars when the hook plays again. So it's like, if you really like this lead melody on the piano, and then you hear this, and during the bridge it's just the chords again, you're gonna look forward to hearing that lead melody again, and it's gonna keep the listener wanting more and wanting to hear that more. They'll listen to the song more. The artist will listen to the beat longer because they want to hear that again. So there's some easy ways, like you can make even your lead melodies, you can make them unique and change a couple of notes around just to give it something new. Just repetitiveness is cool. In some cases, it's cool. Like there are plenty of songs out there, plenty of great songs out there where it's the same thing over and over, but in some cases you want to make sure that there's something new to listen to. The artist or the listener isn't just getting beat down by the same melody, same drums, the entire beat. And sometimes even it's cool to take the 808 out during a verse, or like cut it for half of the first 8 bars, however you see fit, just to give the listeners' ears a break. That's why I always will do a bridge. We'll always bridge the verse and the hook, because I don't want you to have to just listen to constant 808. Like I said, plenty of songs out there where that's cool, but those songs are usually shorter just because of that. So like I said, just to reiterate everything, short intro, short as possible. Sometimes I have it just come straight in, and I make a little gap right here, and then boom, drop the beat again. And that's where the hook actually starts. We go into the verse. Whatever your main melody is, maybe take out the top melody, change something up, use a different 808, take some drums out, substitute. Sometimes what I like to do is, if I have, so in this beat I have these 2 snares playing with the clap. So I have those 2 playing throughout the beat. But when the verse comes in, this one doesn't play at all. But in some cases, I might do something like this, where I'll play this one for the first 8 bars of the verse, and then play the other one for the second 8 bars of the verse. In this case, I just had the same one. But sometimes I like to substitute drums out like that. Use 2 808s. In this case, it gives them more energy for the verse, and then it's more chill when this other one comes in. And this one is where the energy is at. Pitch things up an octave and down, try to give the listener something new to listen to, or just something different. Give them a break, make them want to hear that certain section again, that certain instrument. That's honestly how you get replayability a lot, just changing things up and then bringing it back in, those old things, because they're going to be like, oh, I like that section, I can't wait to hear it again, and then it'll come back. They might just play it over and over again. Yeah, I think that's it. Keep these intros short, man. Don't do the most. We don't like 30-second intros over here. Artists don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, that should be it. That is the easiest way to arrange your beats of a Studio 2025. However, just in general. If you guys want more like tutorials and stuff on like how I do things, or just whatever, let me know down in the comments, and I'll take care of them. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Oh, and I'm gonna play this beat because I really want you to hear this beat. Yeah. Peace.
Who the fuck is Eli?